Howdy folks, it's Danny with BullDogSmithFarms, back with another mail call. Incoming unboxing video. I got a package. This come from my friend Chris, a professional dad. He's awesome. We're fixing to go to Blaze show. I'm gonna hang out with him. I'm gonna get to know him better because I've been wanting to do that since last Blaze show. We missed each other. I'm going to open it. But now, before I open that, I'll do what I always do. I'm going to open this package with this knife, which is, I don't know if you can read it, because DEFIANT7 Talos is what this is. It's got this awesome Damascus steel that is from right here. It is Nichols Damascus. Ain't it beautiful? I think it's boomerang. It's awesome. Aluminum. Let's just go through it because it's been a while since I got it and did a review or unboxing. I don't think I've ever done a real review. The DEFIANT7 Talos is a premium USA made button lock flipper designed by Les George, none other than Les George. I have spoken to him and he's really nice. Really generous with his time. I was a little bit surprised. I'm just like, you just assume these guys are just really busy. But he really took some time to talk to me. Produced by DEFIANT7 Knives. Collaboration between Les George and Chad Nichols. I think it's cool. Featuring a 3.5-inch MagnaCut steel blade. This one's a Chad Nichols Damascus. The one that's not Damascus is MagnaCut. I almost got that one, but I was like, I'm going to go for the Gusta. A collaboration featuring a 3.5-inch blade and 60-61 aluminum handles. 4.4 ounce folder is designed for reliable everyday carry, EDC, and rugged use. It is a pretty rugged knife. It's not a dainty knife. Designed by Les George, smooth button lock flipper, MagnaCut. If you get the MagnaCut one, it's 62-63 HRC or Nichols Damascus, which is what this awesome guy is. Blade length of 3.5 inches, stone wash finish, 3D 60-61 aluminum with hard coat anodizing. And the coating on it feels awesome, but that, I love. I really like the contoured handles more than flat handles. And it just feels so good in your hand. And it's just, there's a lot to it. Like, when I first started looking at Les George designs, I didn't love that bump right there. But let me tell you, you put your thumb right there in front of it, and it locks you right in. And I have to imagine that's intentional, but I had no idea. I'd never seen a video where anybody said, yeah, man, you put your thumb right there. Never seen nobody say that. Maybe they have, but I haven't seen it. And, of course, it's jumped right here, and it's a little bit of a ramp, sort of. The ramps back here. I was watching a video today with Chris, a professional dad, and it was budget knives, but it had a nice little jump ramp right there, and I liked it. And the handles are so comfortable. The clip, the clip needs to be different. First off, not a deep carry clip. It's one of these, so I would change that out. I'm going to change that out for a Northwest. And the way that pokes up right there, it gets you. You feel it. I mean, it's in the right spot. Like, where it hits you in the palm, so it's not, in the right spot. It's in the best possible place it could be, but I just think that's too much, and it does get into you. If you grab it real good, how often grabbing a knife like that, like this, but it could be better. 8 inches overall. 4.7 ounces. Talos is engineered as a robust yet lightweight tool The 3D contoured aluminum handle provides a secure grip, while the button lock mechanism allows for intuitive, easy closing. The knife is noted for its excellent ergonomics, a hallmark of Les George designs, offering a full-sized grip in a compact package. The high grind blade ensures superior slicing. The standard one's Magna Cut. That tells you anything. And the Damascus one is a black boomerang stainless Damascus. So I was right. And I like it. And they both have black aluminum handles. This is the only way it comes. And I talked to Mr. George about that. And I said, I want colors. And he said, it's like you're reading my mind. And he sent me a picture. That's a month or so ago. I bet you those are coming out at Blade Show. I need to message him and find out. Finishes, variants such as battled stars and stripes on the blade are also produced. I did not know that part. I'm going to look that up, see if I can find it. I bet that's awesome. I would love to have this in a stars and stripes. I just got rid of all my American made knives, American flag knives. They're all back in there. DEFIANT7 is a partnership between custom knife maker Les George and Chad Nichols, known for Damascus steel, focused on producing high-quality American-made tactical and EDC folders. And I'll tell you, I looked past this knife for a good while on US-made blades and a few other places. And I actually bought this one at Urban NYC from my buddy up there. And he was so highly complimentary of it that I said, you know what, let's do that. And he was like, you want to do the Magna Cut one or the other one? I was like, I'm going all the way. Let's just go all the way. It took me a few months to pay for it. But he's really nice. So studs are great. The pivot, I would do something with that. See, I mean, it's nice. It's very nice. But I'd either enlarge it a little bit or flatten it and put a design on, or maybe not flat, but with a flat spot or a rim to put Les George, maybe his maker's mark, something like that. And I would do a titanium clip, deep carry clip, that does not have that little beak on it right there. That's really the only things I'd change, because everything else I like about it. I mean, look at the back of it and how this is all done. I love that. Closest you're going to get to an integral without being an integral. And that right there. There you go. And then jimping on the bottom right there too in the back. And, that could be, oh, wow, that grip really uncomfortable. But really, you really don't feel it. Now, it's going to make sure that thing don't slip out of your hand, right? But I did that. That got into me. It didn't leave a mark, but it hurt a little bit, It's great. The button has nice texturing on it. I have a problem with, this is ridiculous. God forbid I freaking don't plug you in for 10 minutes. I love this jimping on the bottom here. And it really helps secure your grip with that on the top and the bottom. It really gives you a secure grip. You've got this nice well right here, finger guard, that really locks you in, protects your hand. You're not, that thing is not coming out of your hand. I don't know, all my hand issues. If I can do it, anybody can do it. The blade is an awesome shape. Like I said, I was leery of this, just that little part. Like, to me, I would just take that and then bring it on over. when you see this, you go, oh, sure. So there you go. But from there, I love that drop point. It's got a really nice wedge on it. See that? It's really done nicely. It's really a beautiful design. It's simple. It's not trying to be Buck Rogers futuristic. It's just a beautiful workhorse looking knife done really nicely and heavy duty. I love it. I'm telling you, I bought it being I was drop shutty. The detent, just perfect, just awesome. I just didn't hear that click that time. I just love it. Slow roll, which is really how I like to open a knife. I do like that clack. I do. I like it. But in reality, I like a knife that I can just slow roll open. It's a beautiful knife, y'all. Colors, Mr. George, colors. I want this one, American flag. It can be a battle-worn flag. It can be a beautiful, just nice, clean flag. Either one. I would love it. Love it. And man, if it carried onto the blade, I don't know. It might be too much. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to see it. I know the handle I'd like that way. I would love it. So although I was a little bit leery of it at first, because there's a lot of things I want. I still want a Spartan blade. I still want, well, I want the McNeese Mini Dixon now. There's Protex I want. There's Microtex I want. And there's Heretics I want. There's, oh darn, I'm forgetting one that I've really been wanting lately. It just slipped my mind. I had it and it's gone. You know, there's a lot of knives that I want, especially in that Rosie is one, that higher end, thing, which I want to really try to concentrate on this year. There's so many cool knives like case knives and things that are $100. Some of them less, most of them more, but 100, 150 to 300, 350. Y'all are going to hear about one in a minute. I know that was a long way around. I love it. It's become one of my favorite knives. Is it the lightest, most easily carried knife I've got? No. I've got a carbon fiber fin rear. If this was carbon fiber, I tell you the truth, I'd rather have this one. By far. I mean, I don't buy everything Damascus. I just have a few. It just happens that these two are sitting here. And this one, I waited on one I really wanted. I got it in Damascus. The carbon fiber and the kind of copper was what really made me want it. The clip, even though it's just a steel clip, it's just better. And it still has that little lip. It ain't as tall. But this is a good bit bigger knife. Not gigantically bigger. Put the pivots together. Golly, it's really almost the same size. It's a little bit bigger. It's quarters more in the hand, thicker. But I mean, I'm comparing apples and oranges. Let's not be. Even though this is a really nice concept fin rear, still, this is American-made knife. Just right off the top, there's a difference. There are things I love about this though. That thumb ramp, that look is what I love. There are several TKLs like that, and those are the ones I really want. This is a story of redemption. It's a story of prejudging something and just going, that's not my style. Not really even looking at it good to know that, just kind of looking at, like that little thing, and then not really going further. If I had really looked and saw that these are contoured and so many things about it, I didn't know. Some things you just got to experience before you know it. I'm going to love being at Blade Show and experiencing. This year's going to be a lot different. I'm going to be there for 3 days instead of one. I'm going to know a lot more what I'm looking at and what I want to look at. I'm going to be looking and handling a lot of knives and telling you guys about it. Making video and doing interviews and pocket checks and all that stuff. All right. I'm going to kind of just, because I can make this a video. Then I can make a video about opening this package. I'll probably put it out as one video, but then split it up. Or maybe I'll just split it up. People ain't going to sit and watch an hour-long video. Most people. We're going to get in here. We'll see if I can't save this package because I may be able to use it here now. Let me see if I can just get your hand out of the way, where I can just take this back closed and it'll save me on buying an envelope. You know, what is it, 50 cent, quarter, deal. I don't have any, so that means I gotta go spend $15. I have got to, though, because I got to use my shipping thing. All right. Woohoo! Man, I didn't think, oh lordy, I didn't think about it being like this. I should have had him send me pictures. Dang. I'm so glad. Here we go. Bastion Bolt-Action Pen. I've talked to Bastion a good bit. They're awesome. Very nice. They've done me right. I've got a link that you can go down there and save 10% on these. Little secret. If you go put stuff in your cart, y'all know this, on eBay. Do it on eBay too. It don't work on Amazon. But if you are on somebody's mailing list, you're on their text and their emails, you got. I've never got one on an email. Now from eBay, I do. I get offers on eBay. They said they'd lower it 5% or whatever. And I'm like, I go back and say, if you lower about 40%, sometimes they say, oh, sometimes they go, how about 10%? And I'm like, 35. And they're like, okay, 20%. And I'm like, okay. And I'm not trying to get nobody. I mean, I gotta save money. So, you go over there and check these out. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Before I get there, y'all like this video and subscribe to the channel. It sure would help me out, I'm telling you. And I did not understand why people said that before I started doing this. Now I do. It was really important. It's nothing. It don't cost you a penny. You just click a button. Not even a button. You just touch your phone, subscribe, like. Maybe this was a really good video. Share it with my friends. Put it on your Facebook. You put it on your stories. Put it on Instagram, whatever. You have no idea. This is a lot of work. Who knew? Okay, so it's got this nice slip. Let me read what the slip says. You see right there on the back. Put it up there where you pause it. It says, I don't care about all that little stuff. At Bastion, we believe everyone writes their own story. That's cool. Whether you spend it making plans, achieving your goals, or reflecting on your success, every day is a new page. Bastion guarantees your pen performs. It's got a phone number, their email, designed in the USA, which means not made in the USA. They designed it here and it's probably made in China. You know, there's a reason. There's a good to that. You know how I am. If I can, I'll buy the thing that's made in America. I want a big eye pen. Bad. At least one. I just haven't got the money to yet. Really wanted their collaboration stuff with Montana Knife Company, but I just didn't have the money at the time. And that stuff comes out, it drops, and bam, it's gone. Because I love their colors, that orange or black. Matter of fact, I got to email them here in a little bit. I got distracted earlier. Let's see. What's this? It's a piece of plastic. Maybe it's just a cover in there. I think the thing would be in it. No. Okay. So, we got a beautiful pen in here. Nice foam. That's very nice. Let's see. Pull the pin out. There's a thing in there. Let's see if I can get it out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That could be easier to get out of there. It doesn't have, like the pen has a little place for your finger to get under it. The extra ink cartridge does not have a way to get it out of there. It's a little bit difficult to get out of there. It wasn't that difficult. It wasn't just going to pop out of there. You got an extra pen, ink, a cartridge right there. Now, let's get in here and look at this pen. Let me put the top back on this so I don't lose that. I'm flinging around. I got to get better at least holding the thing up. You know, like that screen up because I think it's dirty. So, Yeah, you know, I forget that you can't see down here. And if the video's turned this way, everything works different. I forget, and I'm looking at it going, that's nice. Sometimes I'm wanting to look at it before I show it to you, but in general, I want to show it to you. That is nice. This is the nicest pen I have, by far. I have some decent pens. This is nice. I mean, I hope to get some titanium pens. Matter of fact, I ordered one of these. It's a limited edition, and I think you can still get it. I didn't check today, but I know it was getting close. That's why I went ahead and pulled the trigger. I got a pretty good discount. Not just for me. You can get it too. I'll tell you about that. There's one thing I changed, and I saw this in pictures. There's no billboarding on it. I assumed it would say Bastion somewhere. I do not see any billboarding. Wait. Let me look. I think there is, but it's just tiny, which is nice. There it is. Oh, I got you. I'll show you. So, right here by the bolt action thing. Is that going to read right? Yeah. It says Bastion right there. Let me see if I can get where you can see it good. See there? Bastion. That's very tasteful, ain't it? It's just small. It's up here where there's already something silver. It's not like the whole side of the pen or just blaring at you. It's just, yeah, that's my Bastion pen. You already got this guy that catches your eye. I'll tell you what, though, that clip, I like that it has a clip. I would have done that different. I may have to see if you can. A deep carry on there. I wonder if they make them. A titanium, nice titanium. Because I'm assuming you shouldn't do that. That's a steel clip. That's what I figured. This, I believe, is aluminum. Pretty sure this is one of their aluminum pens. They have some brighter colors, too. I was expecting it to be a brighter color. But I would do that clip different. I would probably made it, I don't know, it matches this. I would have polished it at least. Yeah, I might do that myself. Just polish it. Match that there. It'd be nicer if it was, if they were both stonewashed or they were both high polish. That's the artist in me coming out. Aesthetics. So, and hey, I'm going to send them this video, so I'm not, I tell people, I just tell the truth. It's very nice, though. The texturing on it, or you know what I mean, the feel of it, it's very silky. The coating or the whatever, it's very nice. I'm guessing you do that. Yeah, so I don't mess with pens a lot. That's changing. This is sort of the first in a line of a bunch of pens that I want to get. I'll start collecting some of them and have nice things to write with instead of always grabbing some piece of junk. Man, I'll tell y'all something, the reason I haven't bought a lot of pens. My hands and my left hand is still in pretty good shape. My right hand, for whatever reason, I have arthritis, so stiff, it hurts sometimes. I have a carpal tunnel. You know, I shot archery for a long time, played guitar for a long time, shot for a long time, did all kind of things with this hand. So maybe that's got something to do with it. I have a separated shoulder. This one, shoulder was separated, so I imagine there's nerve stuff going on there. I have neuropathy, so my fingers are numb. I have gout, which is incredibly painful when you don't have medication for it. Doctors are ignoring you and acting like you're just a little crybaby. And your hands, they're finally like, I think you may have gout. This thing is beautiful. It's awesome. I wonder if it'll write anything. Let me see the action on this bolt action. I love bolt action pens because they remind me of rifle. I have a couple of nice ones. I just got to dig them up. When I'm working on this room day by day. I've got a bunch of stuff that I can get out and start displaying stuff and everything. That's nice. I got a couple of O pens too. They're still in the box. I've had them for over a year. I've never opened them. I did opened one of them because my wife opened it because I bought her a pink one. And she loved it with the lights on it and everything. She laid it down one day. She's a librarian at a high school, middle school and high school. She laid it down one day and boom, it was gone. Surprise, surprise. She's like, can you just get me another one? And I was like, that was a limited edition. If they come out with another pink one, I'll get it. If you just want a red one or a blue one or a black one or something, that's nice. Like I said, I got a problems. So things are harder for me to do. Left hand, that's easy. Nice. That's nice. That is nice. Man, it's not hard for me at all. If I can say that, y'all, it'd be awesome for you. Because if it's easy for me, it's going to be awesome for y'all. I like it. I like the look of it. They went with a rounded end. If a lot of things I say, it's like if I was designing it, because I would just do some things different. I would have flattened that end off and beveled that and maybe done a little mark there, like a maker's mark. I would probably do it like, if this is red, it would have a red thing, like a ghost thing. If it was black, it would be black. Just a little bit different shade. So you can see it, but don't blare at you. That is cool. I did not even think. I got this little package. Let me see if I can write anything on this package. I can't do that up in there. This is why I've got to get my overhead thing. It's just time. I would have bought it right now, but I'm getting stuff for Blade Show. Let me see. I'll write my name on it. See if I can get it going. I don't know if this is the best medium to try to write on. I mean, it writes. Let me get a piece of paper. There we go. That'll be better. Let's see. Needs a little bit of working out. Get the ink flowing. There we go. It's going now. There we go. I think that's good. Now let me see. There's my autograph. That's what I signed every time I did an autograph, because you're in a hurry. And there's hundreds of people lined up to get an autograph. Or you're standing in a line and there's 50 people. I mean, like 20 of them want an autograph. You can't sit there and write your name out. That was my autograph right there. I can't believe people asked me for an autograph at some time in my life, but they did. Let me see if I can write nicer, get it flowing a little better. I was going to tell you that I quit buying pens because I couldn't write. For the longest time, I could not write my name. After all the stuff I've been through, I could not hold a pen. I could not write. When they were like, you have to sign this, it was like, I would just usually have to just write my name, like D-A. I couldn't really sign anything. That was hard to even do that. If it was possible. If they were like, can your wife sign it for you? I was like, yes, please. And if they wasn't going to know no different, that's what happened. I wrote a little bit better. I've come a long way from not being able to write at all, from being very fluent in writing and doing calligraphy and art and all kinds of stuff, to not being able to even sign your own name. That's really hard. I've come a long way. I literally went to the doctor's office one day. They had me sign a paper they were doing blood work once again, and they asked me to sign the paper, and I was like, oh my goodness, I actually signed it. I was shocked. I was like, I actually was able to sign it. It had been so long. I kind of gave up on writing. I was like, well, I'll just have to type stuff in my pen, in my phone. I know this is a long video about winning winning a pen. It's a beautiful pen. When I win anything, it's a gigantic deal. This ain't nothing to sneer at, brother. This is gorgeous. So, it's a red pen. It's a little bit, I might call that burnt orange or copper red or something. I was expecting a bright red. And Chris asked me, was it okay to wait? Because the pens they were going to send him were nicer than what he could get off of Amazon. I was like, oh yeah, man, don't even worry about it. Don't let that bother you a minute. I mean, send it when you got it. I was like, certainly don't have money coming out of your pocket for it. Wait till I get there. So when they got there, he said, hey, came, and I want to ask you what flavor you'd want. A black one? I probably would have picked that one. I was like, do they have a green? Of course, he knows. If they got a green one, he wouldn't even ask. He would have said, you want a green one? I said, yeah. But he said, there's black and blue and red. No, wait. I think it was purple. Purple, blue, black, red. I believe that's right. I thought, if it was pink, I would get that for my wife. I want a nice pen too. So I think I'm going to get her one. I may get her that purple one. I may do that. I may put in an order after Blade Show and get her that purple one. That is nice. If they have a pink one, I'll get her that one. But I don't remember seeing a pink one. I do remember seeing the purple one. But, so I'm not a blue guy. Although there are some blues lately that are really getting on my nerves. And I'm like, I want that. Protect that blue, that dark blue with the tan. But oh my God, I love it. You know, I'm a green guy, a green and tan guy. Some things you're just like, I can't deny, that's gorgeous, I want one. Some of those blues I'm loving. And red, not really a red guy. I said, and I would have picked the black one because I'll default to black. I'll definitely pick black over silver unless it's a charcoal gray or something. I said, send me a red one. I said, because I don't have red stuff. I want to do some of the daily carry things, and so I need pens and stuff that are different colors. I had mentioned to him before about just budget things to get to use just in videos, and because he does that, so he's got things that are budget things that look great on video. They match the color, all that stuff, and you know, I'm not affording 10 different titanium pens that are all different colors. First off, they come in copper, like bronze, black, tan, gray. So I think pretty much got to go to aluminum to get any colors. If there are other ones out there, I would like to know. Man, very nice. Get a hold of it. Very nice pen, y'all. I really like it. That's why I picked red, because I said I don't have red stuff. I have a blue and a green Olite. So I said, send me a red. I don't have anything in that. I don't have a black pen either. That's nice. So, beautiful pen, y'all. You should go look at getting you one. I have a link below. You can just go down there, click that link. It'll take you right to them. There's a 10% off coupon there. It'll save you some money. But before I go, let me tell you, most of y'all probably know. Maybe there's somebody that don't know, right? If you look at something on eBay, put it in your cart and leave it there. If it's something you're like, that's the exact one I've been wanting, I don't care what it costs, I'm buying it right now. Do that, because it'll probably be gone. If it's something that you want that bad, there's other people that want it that bad, then like the avocado River's Edge cutlery knives, you can't sleep on them. You got to pick them up when they come along. I miss a lot of them because of money. Do checks, how they come. Check your email every day. Get up, check your email. You'll most likely get offers on there for them. Or just go, I do this all the time. I just go message to people. The whole send an offer thing, I might do that, but I'd really rather talk to them, because I don't want to tell them I want to pay half of what they want and have them be mad because I'm a butthole. I want to go talk to them and just say, hey, what can you take for it, or can we negotiate? And they'll usually say, well, make me an offer. And I say, I'm going to make you an offer, but probably not going to like it. I'm just, this is a negotiation. I don't want to make people mad, but people here in the United States are not used to negotiating, and it's different in other countries. You go to other countries, they're insulted if you don't, You go to the Philippines and walk up there and say, hey, how much is that kimono? I want to buy that for my girlfriend. And they say, $50. And you say, okay, here's money. They'll look at you like you're crazy. You're supposed to say, are you crazy? I will give you $3 for that. And you'll probably come out about 8. Let's say you come out at 20. That's a lot better than 50. But their culture says that negotiating is a normal thing. and because most things are like markets and things like that. Well, we've gotten so used to things not being a negotiation. You go to Walmart and it says $12, you buy it, right? Don't go up front and say, can you give me this for $8? Just buy it. And so we're used to that, unless it's a car or something. And then we don't know how to negotiate because we never do it. So it's hard because you don't want people to be mad at you. I don't want to piss them off. They're like, I ain't even selling you nothing. Well, you said make me an offer. I've had people do that. They're like, make me an offer. And I'm like, well, $200 for it. How about $100? And they're like, you're trying to lowball me. And I'm like, they don't understand the word negotiate. But go down there to the link. It would help me if you'd go to the link and go look at these. And have to, anything you buy there. Do y'all know that? I mean, here you're going to go there and buy a pen, right? You might not. You might buy something else. Well, it helps me anyway. This is where people really don't understand. If you go down below my video and you click the link for Amazon, right? You go to Amazon and let's say it's a pocket knife. I've got some knives down there with crosses and handles and some things like that. And I'm going to put some more normal stuff down there. I made the thing that I use for my Christian channel, and then I just haven't had time to make 2 separate ones. Not that I don't think they're awesome and you should look at them, but I normally would put normal or more, just like normal knives down there. If you click on that link to take you to Amazon for that knife, and then you just go from that link and you go look up what you're going to buy and you buy it, I will get a tiny little bit of credit. And right now I'm up against, if I don't make 3 sales, if people don't use my link 3 times in the next little while, they're going to suspend my account. Now all I got to do is go back in there and redo it, but still, that's aggravating. So anything I buy from Amazon, I have my wife go use my link, so it gives me a little credit. Even if it ain't money credit, it's sending people over here. That is true of anybody's link, and I'm going to put them under mine because there's some things I like to share with y'all, like tools. Link, Lowe's link, Walmart link, anything like that. If you know a YouTuber, maybe they do tool deals. I watch them a lot. Maybe they do farm stuff, but they have a link to Home Depot down there. And you go down there and click that link. Go to Home Depot. Anything that you buy, they'll get a little credit for. Now, it don't cost you an extra penny. So it don't cost you nothing. It just takes a little remembrance of, and trust me, I understand. I have a hard time with this. I'm like, I'm going to click that link to go buy this. So I went and clicked the link to buy this. But I have a hard time remembering. And I say I'm going to, and then I just say I know I'm there and I done bought it. And I'm like, oh, dang it. So you know what I do sometimes then? I go and email them and I say, you know what, I meant to use the link from such and such. Not to get a 10% off, because most of the links don't have one. Right? Like, you don't make no money off it. It's just that they're seeing people are sending stuff to them. And so maybe they'll send you a knife at some point to give away or whatever. Right? Y'all want knives to have giveaways, right? If you go to these links and help these guys, Professional Dad, DVD, Marvin Coyote. I mean, you don't have to use mine. Go to the people you like, go to their video, go to a link, go look at their links so you kind of know what they have down there. And they'll get credit. Even if the credit is only, hey, we've had 18 people this month come from that one guy, No, but he's sending people to us. So I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I don't care if you buy a Bastion pen or a big eye pen or a dang, big pen. I'm not a salesman. And if something's, I'll tell you, it's crap. because it's not Scottish. If it isn't Scottish, it's crap. I'll just tell you. Well, I mean, I told you about this. I don't like that clip. Do not like that clip. I don't like the clip on this knife. I mean, did I hold back on that? No. I don't like them. I'll just tell you. And if I was going to put that clip on there, I would have made it match the hardware. The hardware's all nice and high polished. And that's just, I cut it out of a piece of drip edge around your roof of galvanized steel. That's what stuff reminds me of. And I know it's stone washed and all, but you know, whatever. But it's a nice pen. I mean, I am glad about that. I won't say pleasantly surprised, because I kind of thought they'd be nice because Chris said they were, and I went and looked at reviews, and some people are like, this is the nicest pen I've ever had. And I would say the same. I've not had a lot of nice pens, but this is a really nice one. And I plan to get some more nice pens. And several from them. There's several. I've already bought one. And I was going to tell you, they have one over there, and it's just right up my alley because it's this bright green, and it has samurai warrior on it, like painted on it. He's a little evil looking, but it's a samurai warrior. It's called the Katana, and it was a limited edition. It is a limited edition, and I just remember last week seeing time's running out. It ends on blah, blah, blah. It might be a day or two. It might have been yesterday. I didn't go look. I didn't think to go look. But it's gorgeous. Titanium. I mean, I think it's $100, $98, I believe. If you buy more than one pen, you get more of a discount. It's not like the spammy thing, but it is like if you buy one, you know, but if you do. But like you get 10% off or 15 or kind of that thing. And there was hey, would you like to buy this too? And I would have. Good deals. There were really good deals. You know how those things are in the thing? It's hard to resist them because they are really good deals. And they don't just pop up for you. They're like, oh, you're only going to see this here as you're checking out. And I'm like, oh, they weren't lying. I never seen that again. So it's not that they're lying, but just a little. Some of them, it just goes on for a half an hour. But why don't you buy this? But why don't you buy that? Why don't you buy this? And I'm like, okay, never mind. No, this was like, would you like to buy another pen in this different kinds of pens, which was these? No. Would you like to buy one of these? No. Okay, that was it. I was actually expecting them to send me one more option, but they didn't. But I was a little like, I don't know if I can afford this because the blade shoes, you know. And so I was like, I really can't afford it, but I'm going to go walk through the process and find out. And it turned out to be such a good deal that I was like, oh, I can actually afford that. I think it was 20% off. So $100, what's 20% of that, you know? It was a good deal. So I have no reservations in telling you that this is a nice pen. Is it the nicest pen in the world? I don't know. I'm not a pen expert, but it is a nice pen. And I mean, it's like a knife, right? Knives for cutting. I don't mean all the beautiful stuff and the great feel and all that don't matter, right? Well, it writes. It writes pretty nice. I'm not like, oh my God, I've never liked that before. No, it writes, and it writes pretty nice. But what's more impressive, the fit and finish and the feel of it. I mean, nothing says junk on here. Nothing even says, budget or budget option. Compared to all the other stuff we look at, these are way budget. These are not $100. They're way less than that. I think they're 60, 58. I'm kind of guessing, but because it's been a few days and I can't remember what I ate for breakfast. But go check them out. I think you'll really like it. If you like pens, and you're not expecting to get a big eye titanium pen for $50, or you're not expecting a $300 pen or $250 pen for $50, right? I think you'll really like it. Hey, I have not really handled the big eye pens and all that stuff, so I may be surprised when I do. Like I may be, oh, those really are nice, and I may be, okay, $150, $180, you know. I don't know. Because last year I met them, but I didn't really mess with their stuff. Didn't know anything about them. Had never heard of them. There's just all these people around their booth, and everybody's going, big eye, so awesome, big eye, so awesome. So I went and met them and talked to them, and I was like, they are not. They're very nice, and all that. So I look forward to talking to them and meeting them. Today or yesterday was my wife's last day of school, so I'm gonna go do some interviews and stuff. She's gonna actually be able to maybe take me, go with me, kind of thing. If you would like to go look at DEFIANT7, I will tell you that US Make Blade carries them, and Urban NYC carries them, and I don't know of anybody else. There may be other people, and if you go there, I don't have links for them yet. But if you go to USA Made Blades, or if you go to Bastion Pens, would you email them? Just email them real quick. Or if you're talking to the customer service, just say, hey, I saw your thing on Danny Smith's page, BullDogSmithFarms, or DannyLinksCalling, and I just wanted you to know he's a good guy, and he sent me to you. You know what I mean? And I will try. I forgot. I do have a link down there for them. I told y'all that. I completely forgot. See how my mind works? But I don't have a thing for USA Blades or Urban EDC yet. I need to email him. There's so much to do, y'all. It's really more than you realize. Some of y'all know, especially the ones that do it. You're like, yeah, no doubt. So, y'all, to keep your powder dry and your blade sharp, because we are living in perilous times, y'all. And you know, have a good knife and keep it cleaned, sharp, and ready to go for when you need it and where you need it. It don't do no good, a self-defense knife or whatever. Don't do you no good sitting in your glove box or in the house. It needs to be with you. And it needs to be easily accessible. Just saying. And this one, it's a little tactically, you know. It's ADC, but it's kind of tactical. And one a little big, a little wide. It's not your, bug out. It carries very good. You know how it is. Unless it drags your pants off, you pretty much put it in your pocket and you forget about it in a little bit. You don't even realize it's there. I used to say I kind of like having a little weight on a knife because I know it's there. At least I kind of feel that little. I got a knife in my pocket. But if it fell out, I'd realize it. Where like if a bug out falls out of your pocket, I have no idea, brother. It's just gone. You'll find out when you get home. Y'all go check these places out, and tell them I sent you, and word around about old Danny, because I really try to be a good guy. I always have all my life. I always try to treat people right, and I don't lie. I'm not saying I never have lied, but I don't lie to people. I've got over that. If you ask me if you look fat and something, I'm probably going to lie to you. Just saying. I might tell you, but in a nice way. Like, I would go try something else on. A little more loose fitting. But you know what I'm saying. I try to be a good guy. I try to be honest, because I share the name of the Lord all the time, and I do not want Him to tell me that I was blasphemous and that I blasphemed His name. And that using the Lord's name in vain, people think that just means cussing. That's not really it. It's doing that. I believe in Jesus. Hey y'all, do you know anything about Jesus? Do you know the Bible? And then they see you down at the topless bar, drunk. All right. Name. When you're saved and you go out there and proclaim this stuff publicly, trust me, ask me how I know. Man, if you really believe it and you let him down on that, it will bother you forever. Ask me how I know. I messed up one time. I still think about. I'm like, I can't believe I acted like that. Yeah, I say, well, they deserved it. They didn't. Some people deserve what I've done to them, whooping their tail. They threatened my life, right? Well, they got whooped. But these guys didn't deserve my actions. So that's how I know. There ain't nobody perfect here coming at you. But I really live what I preach. So I'd appreciate y'all getting to know me. Don't just trust me. And I'll tell you this, especially on DannyLinksCalling. If I say stuff, don't you believe me? You go find out. And if you find out that I was right, I mean, maybe you let me know. But if you find out I was wrong, let me know for sure. Because I need to know. Hey, you said something, and I went and looked, and it ain't right. I want to know, because I want to go look and find out. Is it really not right, or is it just that somebody else has a different story? Can they back it up? Are there facts? Maybe there are. And so then, guess what has to happen? I change my mind. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. That was hidden from me. Because I look. I do. I try to only say things I know. But that don't mean you're right, because there could be facts you don't know. Right? So I try to go look and find out. And if I find out I was wrong, I'm admitting I was wrong, and I'm doing the other, right? And I'm going back and saying, hey, you know what, I was wrong. I watched a dang video about little snap thing for your phone last night, and the guy said, I have to tell y'all that my last video I was wrong. He said, I wanted to come tell y'all I was wrong, or at least I think I was, because people said I was wrong, and they did a video, and it showed that if what they said is true, I was wrong. Well, so I'm gonna redo this, and I bought new because maybe it was just the one that I had, right? And he was like, you know, they were right. They were right. Maybe the one that I had was just a bad one from the factory. Or, you know, all I had to go on was the one he had, right? You can't go out and buy 100 of these things and do quality testing on them, you know. You just bought one. It should be right? Well, maybe it ain't. Maybe there was a factory flaw, but something that's not. Man, this thing came from the factory scratched. It's an internal thing that you can't tell, you know. So I was like, I don't know if that guy's a Christian, but I'll tell you one thing, he's honest. He came back on a video, made a video, and then he took some of the first video. He said, you know, the stuff I put in the first video that was just showing things, you know, is better than what I made right here, so I'm going to mix it in. But he told you that too. So I was just by him, and I left him a message. I said, brother, that was, I don't know you, but that was nice. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And I learned something. I learned several things, actually, you know. Because, you know, looking at a product, I've researched it to death. That thing's, you know, about $30 or more. It's like 50 regular. So, I'm going to do this again. Y'all keep your powder dry and your blade sharp, because we are living in perilous times, y'all. And you may need that thing. I hope you don't. I hope you never do, but you may. Better to have it, not need it, than to need it, not have it. Amen. All right. Bless y'all. I really hope the Lord brings you everything you need, and a little bit of what you want, like a beautiful, less designed DEFIANT7 Talos. Maybe what you want today is a beautiful Bastion pen. Maybe you want a red one. Maybe you want a blue one, a black one, a purple one. Maybe you want a titanium one. Maybe you want a raw titanium one. Maybe you want a black titanium. Maybe you want that katana that's awesome green, y'all. I'm telling you, if you're like, oh, I like green. This is a bright green. I like green. You can tell. Green, camo's green. This is a bright green. I like all kinds of greens. Not every green, but a lot of them. But it's really good. It is awesome. And I hope it's as good as I want it to be. But this is the aluminum version. And that one's a color I love. Well, I'm going to be in love. And y'all are going to see a video on it. I don't know how long it'll take, but I ordered it 2 ago. So, bless y'all's heart. And I mean that in the best possible way, not that mean way. Okay? All right. God bless you. Hey, John 3:17. Don't know John 3:17. Go look it up. Most everybody knows John 3:16. Do you know 3 John 17? John 3:17. Right. Bless y'all. And I'll see you back next time at BullDogSmithFarms and DannyLinksCalling at the BullDogSmithFarms estate. Should I put it? Estate. Not really an estate. It's more a farm. Property. BullDogSmithFarms property. Maybe. I don't want to be pretentious. But, you know, hey, all this is a work in progress, right? Y'all are getting to watch a guy go from 0 on up and just growing. You know, hey, it ain't a rocket ship. It's just steady. You know, we're building a firm foundation, right? I mean, hey, if it rocket ships, that'd be awesome. But we're building a firm foundation of good, awesome, wonderful people over here. And the people that just can't handle the word, you know, faith, prayer, Jesus, you know, I love you and all, but I mean, you know, love the knives and get over it. If I go on y'all's channels, you say no politics, no, right? You know what I do over your yard? I obey your rules, and I just go, that's okay. That's up to him. That's his yard, you know. That's his channel, and I understand why. And I'm not putting up with a bunch of people fussing and arguing about stuff either. And that's why. But anywhere I go, Jesus goes with me. He's my native language. So, bless y'all. I'll see you next time at BullDogSmithFarms. Bye.